Well, good morning, folks. This is Granny with Granny and Grumpy's Homestead, and I want to apologize to all of y'all that there was not an upload yesterday. There would have been, but unbeknownst to me, my phone was full, which is the camera I'm using at present. I have a new camera, but I'm having trouble with being able to load up the stuff on the computer to edit it. So anyway, the reason why I did not get anything accomplished yesterday was that I went through the process of showing everybody what we had dehydrated, and then I made the muffins that I was going to make, which are pumpkin muffins, and then only to find out when it was all finished and over with that it had only taken like what I showed you here, and then the very first few minutes of doing the pumpkin muffins. And it wouldn't let me go any further. I couldn't store that. I couldn't do anything because it kept telling me that my phone was the storage was too full and it couldn't take anything else. So I had to spend my day yesterday trying to remedy this and trying to get it put into SD cards because I bought an external hard drive, but I can't figure out how to hook it up to my phone and get it to work. So we're going to work with SD cards for now until I can get this resolved. So now, having said all that, I want to show you what we dehydrated. So here is our lemons. Now, as you remember, when you go back, if you go back and look at all the dehydrated items that I put, it was full with the exception of one tray. Well, when you look at all of this, this would fill maybe 4 trays, and there was 8 in there. So these are the lemons, and I'm really looking forward to using this because I can actually use this in multiple ways come winter. And then here are the limes. All those limes that I cut up. It was a bag full. And then we have our cucumbers and all of those squash that we had. Tray after tray after tray of squash. And this is all it made up. It's all we have. Now, I do want to say something about something that I had forgotten about from when I used to have the dehydrator and was using it a lot. It has to do with peppers and cayennes. Okay, so let me show you something. When you take this tray out and you're going to load it with something that has seeds in it, that you need to keep the seeds, but you're not really sure how to do that. Because see, what happens is I put it in the right order of putting this in the top and going down and then putting all the rest of the stuff in the bottom. I did the right thing on that, but here was a problem I had forgotten about, was that these seeds go through the holes in the mesh, if you'll see. It's got tons of little holes in it. And I remember, when I thought back about it, I remember going and taking my mesh out, taking parchment paper, which is not quite but close to being the exact length we need. Well, the tear for some reason. Well, let's just cut it. Wonderful thing to have, shears for the kitchen. Now I am going to make, later today, I am going to make pumpkin muffins. And I will actually Um, okay. All right. Now you could put your peppers all over it, and the seeds won't fall through, because the problem I had when I went to go unload everything, oops, when I went to unload everything off of the sheets, was that the seeds, when they dried, had gotten even smaller, obviously, and they went through all the holes, and they got on top of everything. And so even though it didn't make it smell or taste like cayenne peppers, thank goodness, even now when I look in the bottom of the jar, like I tried to get it off of every one of them, but you can shake this and get more seeds off of them, and they're down in the bottom of the jar. So this was a learning curve that I'd forgotten about from years past, and now we know. And of course, you don't see nearly what you could see of, the seeds that are in here. Now, what we do need to show you how to do, and I can do that real quick because my machine's right over there, so just give me a second. I will have to get a cord. Let me put this back in here. Now we're going to leave the parchment paper on there, because I'm expecting this week to get more cayennes out of the garden, and when I do, I'm going to be dehydrating them. We're also going to be dehydrating, and I'm not sure it'll be today because I have kind of a full day, but we're going to be dehydrating all of the sweet peppers, because I have got such an overload of sweet peppers, and I'm having a hard time finding people who want them. Now, this is what you would call a very small baby food processor. And you can do multiple kind of things with this little thing. I love it. I've had 2 or 3 of them. Actually, I've had 3 or 4 of them. Anyway, somebody needs to come in and dust my house. No, I just, there's some things when you grow up that you are the one who's in charge of all the time that you just detest because you have to do it all by yourself all the time. And that was my case when I was growing up. I was the oldest child, only daughter, and it was my responsibility to dust. And we had all kinds of little whatnots around our house, and I hated dusting because of that, but I had to do it until I escaped. So anyway, I'm not crazy about dusting. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to put this in a when I get through with this, I'm going to put this in a jar. Now you don't want to be opening the jars that contain your dehydrated stuff a lot, because every time it's open, it's gathering up. It's gathering up moisture. There. All right, here we go. Cover your ears. Uh-oh. Now you can make your pepper flakes as small, as small or as big as you would like. It's up to you. Excuse me. No, I haven't been drinking. I don't drink. um, okay, I think that's about the size I want. Now, we're not going to open it. Number one, I have a fan going on up here. What do you think will happen if I open that right after I've done this? The whole room is going to be filled full of this dust. And I'm not going to be able to breathe very well. I'm going to really be choking then. So let's get this turned off. Okay. And once that stops fully, then we'll open the lid. It's just about fully stopped. Okay. Now, when you're storing stuff like this, you don't have to use brand new lids, because the lids, it really doesn't matter. The rings, you might want to have some that aren't really rusty so you can get it off and on easier. But the lid itself doesn't matter. Alright, so you want to hit this, because if you can see and notice, all around the top is dust. Okay. Okay. Now you see that whole thing was full when we started. Now it's down real little. And it looks just like the pepper flakes, but brighter orange and red, because, it's not old like what you would get in the store. Now here, right here we can see and compare. Here's some old ones. Oh. Put this over here. Here's old, and here's new. So you can see the difference. This is pepper flakes that would be considered as organic, whereas these are not. But who knows actually how long this has been in here. I mean, it could have been in here for ages, years. I am not seeing where there's any kind of a date on this. I looked before and I still don't see one. Oh yes, there it is on the top. Okay, so October 31st of this year, it'll be out of date, and it looks pretty bad. I mean, it's dark. But this, if you use this, I guarantee you, it's gonna light your fire. So if you like hot things, you're gonna love this. Raise your own. Don't ever go and buy this unless you just don't have access to raising your own. I have this because I've had it for a while, because we did not have any growing in the garden. And so now I have that. I have the accessibility. Eventually I will, do all of these so that I have them all finished. I may, after this video, go ahead and just do it since I've got a jar and I can get it done real quick. So I am glad that you went on this journey with us to be able to see what we actually did get out of the dehydrator and what we got out of the garden to put in it. Now, I'm going to be doing all kinds of things. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. If you're going to dehydrate garlic and onions, do not do it in your house. Take your dehydrator out on your porch outside and dehydrate it out there. Now, here in the South, it's going to be a little hard to do that because of the fact that it is so humid here right now. I mean, it's like you go outside and just cut the water in the air. And but you want to dehydrated, not in your house, because I'm going to tell you now, the smell is going to be horrendous. You're going to be choking and gagging, and the smell won't go away anytime soon. So don't do it. We are also going to dehydrate some apples, and we are also going to dehydrate a lot of things that I have in the garden that I need to, like such as okra. You can dehydrate it. It is sticky and gooey when you're putting it on the tray. It will be one of those things that I have to use parchment paper for because of the little seeds that are inside the okra, so that it doesn't drop through. Because this goes clear, and it did. I had to clean it out. It went clear to the bottom. And so I had to get it, and it fell on the slots to get the trays inside and out, the drawers. So anyway, we hope you had an enjoyment watching this process, and get you a dehydrator. It's a wonderful way of preserving. It doesn't require you to have to be scared. So many people are scared to can stuff. I'm not really sure why, but it does happen to human beings like that. And so this is your next best thing, because it's cheaper than buying a freeze dryer. Now, a freeze dryer will do an even better job, and you can keep it for like 25 years, but you really shouldn't be keeping your foods 25 years like that. This you can have for about a year, and then you're going to have to do something with it. So y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for being with me. And if you like what you see, press the like button. If you would please share it with someone else, the videos, and subscribe. Give us some comments. We love comments. I try to respond to every single comment. So have a blessed and wonderful day. Remember, we love you, but Jesus loves you even more. And He wants to live with you for eternity. Keep your eyes on Jesus. We'll see you later today. Bye-bye.